Welcome back to another post-game Montreal Canadiens. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. This is your coach, Frenchy, back in the house for another post-game Montreal Canadiens. They play tonight at Winnipeg Jets at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. This is the fifth of the sixth game on the road for the Montreal Canadiens. And so far, they are 1-3, and they lost the last two games against the Calgary Flames. And see how they're going to respond tonight. We have a couple of bad news for the Montreal Canadiens. First of all, the lost Ben Chiarot for at least a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks after a fracture his right hand during his fight against J.D. Miller last week. So that's a really big blowout for the Montreal Canadiens. They recall actually Xavier Ouellet, and they're going to put him in the lineup tonight, and healthy scratch Victor Mete have a really poor performance last two games with the Montreal Canadiens. Like what we like to do every time we do post game, we have a couple of things for you, and let's start right away with the series this season between both teams. So far, the Winnipeg has won 3 of the 4 games. The goals for is Montreal 14, Jets 13. We know the last game, the Montreal beat the Winnipeg Jets 7-1. The shot has advantage the Jets by 116 versus 104. The power play Montreal are 2-11. The Jets are 3-15. And finally, the minute penalty 46 for the Montreal Canadiens and 38 for the Winnipeg Jets. If we go since the beginning of the season so far, the Montreal are 12-8-7. They are 4th in the North Division, and they lost the last 2 games. For the Winnipeg Jets, they are 17-8-2, second in the North, and they win the last game against the Toronto Maple Leafs by a score of 5-2. We expect Elibuc in front of the net, and Price going to get the nod for the Montreal Canadiens. The special team, the power play Montreal are 14. The Jets are 10 in the NHL. The PK 19 for the Montreal Canadiens and 18 for the Winnipeg Jets. Both teams are really at 17.5 and 77.6. I apologize. The goals for Montreal are 12 now at 3.19. And the Jets are 6 at 3.37. Montreal scored only 2 goals in the last 2 games against Calgary. That's what the effect there was at some point 6 in NHL last week. Goals again 10 for the Montreal and 13 for the Winnipeg Jets. The shot on the net, an average of 33 on the net for the Canadiens and 29.4 for the Jets. And against them at 29 for the Jets. For the Montreal and 31.7 for the Winnipeg Jets. Face-off 26 for the Montreal Canadiens in NHL at 47.2. The Jets are 22nd at 48.2. Since the beginning of the year, Taylor Toffoli have 15 goals. Hellers is now at 14. Most the point. Max Sheffield is 36, one of the top 10 in NHL with the most the point. And Petrie is at 25. The TOI 23 minutes on the ice for the Weber, and Morrissey is at 24.1. And finally, the most win for the goaltender, we have Elibuc at 12 and Carey Price at 8. So the last 10 games for the Montreal Canadiens, they are 3-4. The goals for 29, the goals again 27. Their power play is 6 and 24 and 23, so it's a little bit over 20%. And the power kill, the PK is 7 and 38. If we move to know what they're shopping up for tonight, what you need to know is again, you know exactly what's going on at the top. number one, section number one. The series 3-1 for the Jets. Goaltender is going to be Price and Elibiuk for the Jets. The last 5 games for the Montreal Canadiens, they are 2-2-1. Goals for 15, goal again 9, and the power play is only at 2-12, and for the PK is 3-14. Price so far since the beginning of the year is 8-5-4 for a 2.62, a save percentage of 907. By the way, Carey Price play his 700 game in NHL tonight. We're going to celebrate this at some point for sure. The last 5 games, Petrie have 4 points. Petrie have 4 goals. Tatar with 4 assists. Edmondson is +7. The way to play again, the Jets, I'll be honest with you, don't give space. Don't let skating between both blue line. Press the D, down the puck, and chase them. Play a great 2-1-2 for sure. Press 2 on them. Keep out of the penalty box. The power play is solid. The best 2 line is maybe the best and the NHL to be in it with you. And the winner of the game is going to win the special team I predict again for tonight. Here, the Montreal Gazette suggestion about the shopping up with the Hockey Nation live show. The player of the game is Nick Suzuki. He has 27 games so far, 5 goals, 12 assists, 17 points. A plus or minus 3. I'll be honest with you, Nick, don't play the level he started the beginning of the year. He have a couple of last at least 10 games. He struggled a little bit more. He got the point left and right, but not like consistency he's supposed to be. And that's what he missed really for the Montreal Canadiens. And the quote of the day is from Carey Price. We have to forecheck right from the start and gave not best effort on every single shift. And I agree with him. They have to be sure they press them, they forecheck him, they are play physical on them, and of course, their effort have to be at the next level because the last 2 games, their energy, effort, pressure was not there, to be honest with you. That's the reason why they lost again the Calgary Flame the last 2 games. So that's conclude the preview game of Montreal Canadiens today. We wish them the best for tonight. It was not going to be easy. The next 2 games against Winnipeg Jets, they came back for the 2 win on 3 on the Maple Leaf. Before we leave, we want to remind you, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also on the Facebook page under the Hockey Nation Live Show. And like we do at the end of each episode, fans, Montreal fans, you have greatness inside of you. Bon match, mes amis.